in a few moments. So go ahead and start cross-legged, whatever's comfortable for you. You can always sit on whatever you have for your block if you need to, or just make sure you're comfortable right now. Just sitting, settling in, checking in. So it's nice to come back to your center before you start your practice. Taking a couple nice deep breaths. Big inhale into your belly and exhale through your mouth, releasing any stress or tension that's accumulated from the day. Big inhale and exhale. Let's do that one more time. Inhale and exhale. Now close your eyes. Notice your tailbone, your sit bones. Those are the bones you're sitting on. Bring your awareness to your spine and elongate your spine so the crown of your head is pulling up towards the sky. Take your shoulders up to your ears and back, up around and back. Do that a couple times. And just take a moment to scan your body. Notice if there's any areas that feel tight, just holding. Check in with your emotions. Noticing where you're at right now. Check in with your thoughts. Not needing to do anything with them, with your thoughts, with your emotions, with your body right now. Just being aware where you're at. And before we begin, let's start the class off with an intention. So you set your own intention for class today, which can extend through your evening or through your week or through your year. Repeat that to yourself a few times. Great. Go ahead and open your eyes. Let's just round back and straighten up. Just gently releasing tension in the neck and shoulders, rounding and straightening. So that would be gentle on your neck and shoulders. So you're rounding here, belly's coming in, and then straightening. And again. Good. And let's do our Sufi rolls. So similar movement. Now we're doing a big circle. Exhaling back. Inhaling and exhale. Warming up the hips and the body. Most of you are aware at this point that this yoga class, this yoga Qi Gong blend, is in general pretty gentle class. I like to keep it mellow because I feel like we get lots of stimulation in the world. And having a class that helps us to focus within more nourishes us in a deeper level. Go ahead and change direction. Checking in with your breath. Coming back and forth. Getting into your shoulders as well with this movement. You see, it's not just the lower body, it's your shoulders, everything. Couple more. Coming back up. Let's take your block or your book, whatever you've got, over to your right side, right hand there, left coming up, reaching towards the sky. Remember, I'm mirroring you, so you're going to be lifting up your left hand. Reaching up. And when you're comfortable doing so, reaching over. I like to put my forearm on the block. But make sure that you don't take your shoulder up towards your ear. You can see a little bit better with my hair back. So you don't want to go like this. Just let it relax here. This will start to open up the neck area too. Now relax your head. Just look down at your right hand. Or if your neck's feeling fine, you can look up towards the inside of your elbow, your left hand. See what feels good for you. Or you could go back and forward. Nice and slow. Stretch a little bit more. Make sure those sit bones are down so you're not lifting up here. Now I'm sitting on a little bit of a blanket just to give me a slight lift. To do what feels comfortable for you. Back up. Grabbing your block. Bringing it over to your left side. Right hand comes up. Reaching up. And over. Some of you might be able to comfortably get that arm all the way down, or maybe you even need to have your block higher. So just check it out. Remember, with yoga, you want to feel like you're getting a good stretch, approaching that edge, but you should never have pain. You're not pushing. Check that shoulder, make sure it's relaxed. And then can you go a little bit more? This is one of my favorite warm-ups as we get to the opening up the lateral sides of our spine. And back up. Let's do a little twist over to the right, a slight twist. Don't overdo it. Still warming up, looking in the direction of your sternum. Because it's warmish out, here we are almost in summer. Our bodies tend to be a little bit warmer and more flexible. So you might find it feels fine to look behind you. Just being very aware. And coming back to center, and then over to the other side. Notice the difference between the two sides. So you're nice and straight, not rounding back. Nice and tall. And coming back. And then let's go ahead. We're going to start, as I mentioned earlier, with some Qi Gong. So let's start standing. Move your props off to the side. And I will adjust my camera a little bit. I know you can't see the bottom of my feet, but I'll tell you if you need to. So let's do a little bit of knocking on the door of life. You're taking your feet a little bit wider than hip distance. You're just tapping the kidney area. Little tap, so waking up the energy centers of your body, getting your circulation going. Arms are relaxed, relaxing your head, your neck. A little afternoon for some of you, maybe it's early evening, wherever you are, afternoon or evening. A little bit of an energy charge. And you're twisting from your hips and your waist. Little tap on the kidneys. Kidneys are battery, are the root of our body. So keeping them energized and nourished. then let's take one hand. I'll come up so you can see where I'm at. This is underneath the collarbone, out towards the outside. So this is an immune system point. We want to continuously work our immune system. It's considered lung energy. And then slap across the shoulders. Cup your hand a bit, so cup it a little, and you can get into that area. So if you do have some neck issues, this might be a movement that you can do that's not going to cause discomfort. Little cup there, getting that Qi, that life force energy, which is called Qi, or in yoga, prana, getting it flowing. Once it's flowing physically, it helps us to also release emotionally. And back around again. And then go ahead and just relax for a second as you're starting to wake up the flow of Qi. Let's do spinal cord breathing. The spinal cord breathing is kind of has the same effect as cat-cow in that it's working with our spine, flexing and opening the vertebrae. So your arms come up, elbows back, look up towards the ceiling. So there's a little bit of an arch in your back for this. And then dropping your chin to your chest, tailbone down, rounding down, little bend to the knees. And inhale up. Pull your elbows back. Exhale, rounding. Really pay attention to the vertebrae in your spine as you do this. Now this is opening up the front of your vertebrae as you open up the front of your body. And now the back. This would be your exhale. Inhale and exhale. These movements are considered warm-ups, so we're still warming up. Inhale and exhale. Relax your head completely. Inhale and exhale. As you exhale, breathe out your mouth. Letting go of anything that is weighing on you. Do a couple more. And exhale. And then this time, let's just take our hands straight up. We're picking cherries. So reaching and reaching, getting into the low back. And it is cherry season now. So picking cherries, just reaching to where you're comfortable. If you get any tweakiness, then don't go so far. Checking in with your breath. Maybe you're hearing little cracks and pops in your body as you release. And a big stretch up. And release down. Let's get into our neck and shoulder area. So just take your hands behind your back. You can either do this reverse, just put your hands together. If you can do it up here, that's a little hard for me. Or you can just grab by your elbows. It keeps your shoulders back and down. Now drop your chin to your chest. And this might be all you do is just drop your chin to your chest and gently come up. Depends what's going on with your neck. If you're comfortable doing so, take your chin to your chest and then head over to the left, back up, to the right and down. So do not drop your head back behind you. So right here, I'm just coming straight up. Don't want to crunch this vertebrae. So exhale as you come down. Inhale as you come up. Many of us hold a lot of tension in the head and in the neck. So relax your teeth, upper set of teeth from your lower set, so you're not clenching your teeth. Your jaw is relaxed. Check your knees, a little bend to your knees, your feet are facing forward. And then let's change direction. And notice any tight areas again. Don't want pain, so don't push past it. Just make your movement a little smaller. A couple more. And head comes up. Good. Just shake it. Let's shake. Shake it out. So shaking out for so your wrists are relaxed, fingers are relaxed. Shaking out any tension. You're bouncing on your knees. I mean, your knees are bent, so you're bouncing. It's not bouncing on your knees. And my feet are just flat on the ground right now. Shaking it out. When you scanned your body, was there anything that you were ready to release? Any thoughts, frustrations, irritations? Release it, let it go. Anything physical that you're ready to let go of? The aches and pains. Just imagine that ache or that pain is like a piece of ice. And as you're shaking, you're melting it. It turns into water. That water turns into mist as it dissipates. Letting it go. Letting go of excessive thinking, negative emotions, physical aches and pains. A little faster. Just relaxed. Tomorrow is our big Qi Gong day. That's our hour class. But today we have a little sampler. And slow down. Relax. You should start to feel sensation in your hands. Just check in with your arms all the way down to your hands as you get your life force energy stimulated and circulating. Waking that up. We'll do another move to open up the neck area, the shoulders, called Qi clearing, and it also helps us to release and let go of all the old. Most you know this one, so it's up, and then one hand comes in front and one hand comes behind. Just drop them down, and same thing the other side. Inhale, put the legs in front apart. Exhale. And there's a little twist from the waist and hips, and then we'll go a little faster. So as your hands come up, notice your palm is facing up. Inhale and exhale. And now there's a little bounce. So my knees are bending, straightening, bending, straightening. You could actually get a double bounce in there. Exhale through your mouth. Let go. What are you throwing off? Go off any fear, any negativity, disappointment, whatever it is, just let it go. Find beauty in each day and each moment. Imagine the tension coming down from your head and your neck, your shoulders, down your fingers, as you get rid of it. Throw it out. Couple more. Good. Let your hands relax. Okay, now you should feel even more energy going down your arms into your hands. And let's do a little bit to warm up our legs a little bit more with the energy flowing. So we're going to do flows like a river. Your legs are nice and wide, bending your legs. I'm going to shift my weight over to my left and then just shift to the right. So that left leg, your left leg is now straight, your right leg is bent. You're just back and forth. And now you start to move your upper body, so your head follows. Back and forth. Now we'll let your head just follow, just move gently and relaxed. The head moves after the hips and legs. Head is like a piece of seaweed, gently flowing back and forth. Opening up and strengthening and opening your legs. Now let's go over to the left. Put your forearm, if you can, on your left leg. Take your right arm up and just stretch it up. Nice deep stretch. And then come down the front and around and back up. And let's do that on the other side. So forearm comes down. Your left hand comes up first. Now this might be just where you stay, and that's fine. If it's comfortable for you, you can bring it over for a moment, and then back down, and up, and over, down, and up, over, down. Check in with your breath. Over, around, and up. Just relax your arms down for a moment and just roll your shoulders. And let's take your right foot, so it's at a little bit of an angle. I'm going to change the screen again. Can't see my feet now. So the right foot's at a little angle, the left is facing straight up. And let's take our arms out. Look over the front arm. This is warrior 2 in yoga. And then coming back toward your heart. So out. Last thing to come up is your hands. Check to make sure that your knee is underneath your ankle. And back. Floating out. And returning. Float. Return. Do that one more time. And return. And change it to the other side. Your right foot is facing straight ahead. The left is at a little bit of an angle. And you're going to float out and return. So look at your arms. You don't want this back arm down here or up here. They're parallel. And come back. Floating out. And returning. Check your arms. Make sure your shoulders aren't up here. Shoulders down and back. Another thing people tend to do is reach. So you don't want to reach. Your torso is straight up and down. Do one more. Coming back to center. Feet are nice and wide. And let's bring ourselves down. Arms facing down towards the floor or on the floor if you can reach. Just relax your head. Now take your heels a little bit wider than your toes. Relax your head, shake it yes and no. And then bring your feet together. Now, if your hands do not want to touch the floor, just grab your elbows and get a forward fold. Shift your weight back and forth till you find that sweet spot in your foot. Now, if your hands can easily touch the floor, bring your feet together. Relax your head. So stretching the backs of our legs. And then slowly roll up, one vertebrae at a time. Last thing to come up is your head. Inhaling up. Well, I'm going to change this again. Need a camera person. Sorry about that. Inhaling up. And then exhale, let's swan dive down. All the way down to the ground. Hands on your shins as you come halfway up, just lifting your head. And then releasing down. Arms to your sides as you inhale up. And then pulling your hands down to your heart. And pausing there for a moment. Checking in. And again, inhale. Big breath up. Exhale as you swan dive all the way down to the earth. Inhale halfway up, so hands on your shins. Exhale, releasing down. Arms to your sides as you inhale up. And exhale down. That's a gentle version of sun salute. Let's do one more. Big inhale. Breathe in that life force energy. Exhale, release whatever you don't need down to the earth. Inhale halfway up. So your back is straight. Exhale, releasing back down again. Arms to your sides, pulling up that recycled energy from the earth. Inhale. And now pull it down into your heart. And just take a moment to pause here. Let's go ahead and let's go down onto our mats again. I'm going to fix this one more time. So we're going to do the healing passes that I was mentioning. Go ahead and find a comfortable spot on your mat. Grab your blanket and maybe have a block nearby. So we're doing these healing passes where we're going to do sounds. And a lot of times in Qi Gong, we do sounds. But there's also sounds associated with each of the energy centers in yoga. So we're going to do the yogic sounds that help to enhance the prana. Prana also meaning life force energy. So these help with health, awareness, and self-empowerment. So it's going to activate your breath flow, strengthen your inner sound, and gain strength and flexibility in the body, in the mind, and spirit. So first off, we want to face south. So hopefully you know the directions in your house. So for me, I'm going to face this way, so facing south. we're going to do a pose called hero pose. Very simple pose. But go ahead and take your blanket and bring it in front of you. Maybe take a block nearby. And the pose looks like this. So it's just simply sitting with your feet on either side. It's not so simple for many of us. So take that block or that book, and let's first come up onto your blanket. So you're all fours. So you're getting in a nice position. And you're going to take this block and bring it back between your legs. You might have to position it. And then just sit. So your knees now are on the blanket, and your feet are on either side of you, with the soles of your feet facing up. I can't see you guys very well. If that bothers your ankles, you could take a little blanket, another blanket, put it underneath. But we're not going to stay here forever. This is called Hero's Pose. And we're facing the south. What you don't want to do is round like this or be up like this. So take a moment to really feel centered. Feel your tailbone making contact with that block. It's a good stretch. You probably feel that in the top of your feet. If there's no way that feels comfortable to you, why not take another block and come a little higher? All of a sudden, that just took a lot of pressure off of my feet. Or you could put maybe a bolster or another blanket. So do what you need to do to be comfortable. And you're sitting up nice and tall again, so not rounding. Hands can just be on your legs or on your lap. We're facing south. So for women, this is a very balancing practice, set of movements, particularly tailored for women. Now the healing sound for this particular move is Lam, L-A-M. And it works with, and for those of you that know the chakra system, it works with the base, the lowest Muladhara chakra. So let's repeat that 4 times 4. So that's the ticket, that's a sacred number. So we'll just do Lam. So it's Lam, 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 Lam. Lam, 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 Lam. Lam, 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 Lam. Lam, 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 Lam. And just sit with that for a moment. Want you to breathe into it, just relax. So working with that very lowest energy center of your body. And that particular sound helps to heal that lowest energy center, helping you to feel secure and solid. And then let's go into the next movement. We're get to face south again. And this one is kind of similar. I mean, we can stay how we're sitting. You might want to remove your block. It's child's pose with your hands extended. So you take your legs nice and wide. Your big toes can come together. And you're just going to come down and extend your hands out. Your forehead is on the blanket. I'm just coming up so that you can hear me. And this works with the next energy center. And that's more focused on your creativity and your femininity. And the sound is bum. So keep yourself down like this. Feel the earth beneath you. Relaxing into that area around the navel area. And the sound you're going to make is bum. So it's Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. Bum, 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 bum. 4 sets of 4. So that is good for sciatica, for the liver, for the adrenal glands, and for the digestive fire. Let's just stay here for a moment. And the first move that we did, the hero's pose, is good for our immune system, for our digestion, and for the reproductive system. And let's just hang here for another moment. This is a nice restful pose. Nice deep breaths, breathing into your belly. So slowly come on up. And now you're going to face east. And if you're not sure, don't worry about it. And you're going to come into frog pose. So frog pose is simply this nice wide pose. And this might, some people can't get their feet down. You just, anatomically, you can't do it. You can always take a blanket and put it behind you and put your feet on that. Oh, that feels good. So even if you don't need to, it might feel good to do that. So frog pose or malasana. We're facing east. And this supports our lower organs, our circulation, respiration, heart. It symbolizes rising from disease and despair. Expels toxins, stimulates the sense organs, and works with the spine. There's a lot going on there. So the sound is rum, like spelled R-A-M, but rum, kind of rum. And that energy center or chakra is your solar plexus, kind of below your diaphragm, between your belly and your diaphragm. So focus your mind there when you're making this sound. And if you have to come out of this too much for you, just sit back, that's okay. And then just come back into it again. So the sound is rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. Rum, 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 rum. And just letting your body absorb that healing sound. A little bit longer. Go ahead and release. I could feel that one quite a bit. So now we're going to face north. And we're doing cow pose. Now for some of you, for me, cow pose is never that easy. Now, so you're gonna face north. I'm gonna face you so you can see me. So take your legs out straight. Let's just shake them out for a moment. You might need to shake them out anyway right now. I'm gonna give you a couple different options on how to do this. You're gonna take your right leg over and then bring in your left so that your knees are over each other. And then you wanna make sure that both sit bones, especially that right sit bone might wanna lift. So keep that down. And this is about as close as I can get to my knees coming over each other. So that is one way you could do it. And if your ankle is bothering you, again, you could put a blanket or something underneath. Now here's another way you can do it. So either that, or if you want, you can lie down and just do it like that. That might be more comfortable. So your choice. Giving you the options. So you're taking your right leg over, left coming in for cow pose. And I'm going to give you a couple different arm movements. So for this, let's be more traditional. Taking your left arm up and behind you, and either taking your right and just encourage that hand down between your shoulder blades, or you can take the right around and see if you can grab your fingers, or you can use a strap or a towel even, and your right hand and left can just grab either end of the towel strap. Keep your belly in. Again, don't round your back. And if this is just feeling way too uncomfortable, just do it. Do the legs only, and you can do it lying down. So you don't have to do the arms and legs. You could do one or the other. Figure out what feels right for you. And this helps with circulation, with the lymph system and blood, and it strengthens their reproductive organs and your spirit. So the sound, so now we're working with the heart energy. Notice we've got that heart area open. And the sound in this yogic series, or the sound for this particular chakra, is yam. Y-A-M, or kind of almost pronounced like yum. Y-U-M. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Yum, 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 yum. Remember, we're moving a lot of energy through our systems. And just relax here for a moment. Breathing into it. And release. Remember which leg is on top. So I think you probably have your right leg on top. But just keep that in mind. And now we're going to continue to face north. So you're facing north. Take your legs out. Shake them up for a moment. Now this time, take your left leg over and your right comes back. Knees stacked on top of knees if possible. Again, you can do this lying down. You might want to move that right leg, the bottom leg, out a little bit. So my hips tend to be a little tight and I can really feel this, and I might put a little blanket underneath. Well, you want to actually keep things level, so you might want to just sit on a blanket. That might be more comfortable. Play with it a little bit, get yourself situated. This time, let's take our hands in front. So let's take the left hand underneath and the right on top. Relax your shoulders. And then the sound is hum. And that chakra is located in your throat area. And this supports the feminine primordial energy. It helps with the lunar energy and helps us to express ourselves. So the sound is hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Hum, 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 hum. Feel that in your throat. Feel that vibrating in your throat. Bring your mind's eye to the throat area. Great. Just relax your arms down. Shake up your shoulders. Shake out your legs. And now you're going to face west. And west, I will be facing away from you, so I am not going to face west, but you should face west. And if you can't see me, you can change your camera or I'll talk a little bit louder. So we're going to do a very nice, simple pose. You're going to go ahead and lie down on your right side, facing west. Just lie down on your right side. Actually, I'm going to change things around a little bit. You want your head to face west. So you lie down on your right side. So sorry about that. You might need to move around a little bit. Your head is facing west. And you're going to just simply lie down on your right side with your knees bent. So your head's facing west. You're just lying down on your right side. Your knees are bent. And now you're focusing on the energy center, the chakra in your third eye, between your eyes. And the sound is Om, and we'll do that in a moment. But this is to bring tranquility to the body, to the mind, and to the spirit. So focus on your third eye, and we'll just chant Om a few times, 4 times. 4 times 4. So Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Om, 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 Om. Just relax here a moment. Close your eyes. Bring your focus to your third eye point. Bringing in peace and tranquility. Go ahead and come back up. And we're just going to go into the hero's pose again. So you're going to face south, how we started. So it's how we started in the beginning. Take your blanket. Take your block. Maybe 2 blocks. You're sitting like this. And we're going to do 1 chant of each of those, or 4 chants of each, 1 time of each of those healing sounds. So it's lum, bum, rum, yum, hum, om. You don't have to do with your finger what I'm doing. I'm just pointing it out. And I'll do that 3 more times. Lum, bum, ram, yum, hum, om, lam, bum, ram, yum, hum, om, lam, bum, ram, yum, om. Just feel those vibrations moving through you, bringing in healing energy, peace, and tranquility. Let's go ahead and just gently come out. Go ahead and lie down on your back. We're going to do a brief Shavasana. That's just part of this healing sounds, and then we'll do some more movement before I do a guided meditation. So just go ahead and lie down for a moment. Get yourself comfortable so you can absorb all the energy from those healing sounds. Preferable that your head is facing east, but do whatever is comfortable for you. And we'll just do it for a moment. And then we'll go back into some movements. Scan your body. Notice how it feels now. After moving those healing sounds and moving that energy through each of those chakras. Chakras are like little energy vortexes in the body. So stay there for another moment or two. Now let's go ahead and do a couple of nice restorative movements. Hopefully you guys have a chair nearby. I mentioned that last week. So you want to take your chair. I'll give you modifications. You're just going to do legs up the chair. So you're going to just bring your legs like this on your chair, palms facing up towards the ceiling. Now, if you don't have a chair, you can just bring your legs up, palms underneath your behind, palms facing down. Just bring your legs up or let them relax on a chair with your palms facing up. This is a wonderful restorative pose. Helpful for your circulation. It's another inversion, but it's a pretty relaxed inversion. Inversion are great when, inversion meaning that your lower body is higher than your upper body, and it's bringing a lot of blood flow to your brain. Let's just hang out here for a moment. Breathe in nice and deep. Feel your belly lifting as you inhale. Exhale, feel the belly dropping down. Let's do a nice, slow, relaxing cycle of breath. So nice, long inhale. And make your exhale even a little bit longer. So maybe you're inhaling to the count of 6 and exhaling to the count of 8. Relaxing your face and just keeping your focus on your breath. So that nice, long exhale tells your body to relax very, very deeply. It's the exact opposite as to how you would breathe if you were in that fight or flight mode. Now go ahead and move away from your chair. You're still going to lie down on your back and grab your block. And you are going to come into bridge pose. So your heels, you should be able to touch your heels with your fingertips. Feet are about hip distance apart. take your block or a book or even a bolster and bring it underneath your low back. So you have a resting perch. It should feel comfortable. Your sacrum area maybe a little bit higher. And you have another inversion. Palms are facing up towards the ceiling. Very good for releasing anxiety. Good for the reproductive system. And come back to that breath again. Inhale, slow, and exhale, slower. If your mind wanders, just keep it focused on the breath. The mind likes to have an anchor. It has something to think about. So you can count your breath. That gives the mind something to do. So count for 6 on the inhale, 8 on the exhale, or find a rhythm, a pace that works for you. When we do more of these gentle poses, more restorative, we want to hold them for a little while so that we can really get the deep effect from them versus just doing it for a moment and going out. So just stay here for a little longer, and this should feel good and comfortable. Go ahead and take the block out, come back to flat, and palms on your knees with your fingers facing towards your feet, and just pull your legs in and push them away. Pull your chin in slightly, or put a little blanket underneath your head. Nice little massage for your low back. If your low back ever gets tweaky, this is a nice move to help release it. And let's do one more hip release. So let's take the left leg over the right, crossing. So your ankle, left ankle is on the top of the right thigh. Take the right foot off the mat, interlace your hands behind that right hamstring. Just gently encourage that leg in. Releasing all kinds of energy on the outside of that left leg. And again, make sure your chin isn't facing up to the ceiling. So chin down. Perhaps you're going to put a small blanket or a pillow underneath your head. And take your hands perpendicular to your body out to the sides. Bring that foot down and drop your legs over to the right. And look to the left for a nice deep spinal twist, sending that energy all the way up your spine and giving your organs a massage at the same time. Back up. Take that leg down. Now you're taking the right leg across to about the ankle, or you could push up a little bit higher if you want. If your knee feels a little cranky, just simply flex this foot and lift the left leg up, interlace your hands behind. Notice if there's a difference between the two sides. We'll hang here for a moment. Feel that deep stretch and release of energy on the outside of your right thigh area, called your iliotibial band. Check in with your breath. Release your hands out to the side. Bring that left foot down. And just release over to the left. And you can look to the right if that's okay for your neck. Feel that nice stretch on the side of your body. That's getting into your, stretching that liver area. And then coming back and taking that leg off. And let's go ahead and go into Shavasana or relaxation pose. And I'm going to do a little guided meditation or guided relaxation. So if you like, you could take your bolster underneath your knees, blanket or pillow under your head. I just want you to get totally comfortable for the next 10 minutes, 5-10 minutes. So take your time. Don't rush. Make sure you're going to be warm enough that you won't be disturbed for the next few minutes. I can sort of see if somebody's moving around or not. So once I don't see any movement, oh no, it's a good time to start. Okay. Simply take a deep breath in, and as you let go, releasing any remaining cares of the day that are circulating around your mind. So as you exhale, just letting it go. And with your next inhale, as you breathe in, become aware of your flesh and your bones. Just by bringing your awareness to your flesh and bones, you can bring the earth element in your body into balance. Feel the stability that comes when the earth element is in balance. You feel very grounded and rooted like a tree, able to withstand all challenges that life may bring your way. Just feeling that earth beneath you, that pull of gravity. Breathing in and breathing out. Take another deep breath in. And as you breathe out, become aware of the blood rushing through your veins. So 80% of your body is made up of fluid. Just by bringing your awareness to the fluids in the body, you can bring the water element into balance. Feel the saliva in your mouth. It's the water element. Feel the flexibility that comes to you when the water element is in balance, flowing through you. That flexibility will help you to navigate all your concerns of your day. Feeling into the fluid and flowing nature of the water element within you. Just breathing in and breathing out. So as you take your next breath in, become aware of the warmth in your body. By bringing your awareness to the warmth in your body, you can bring the fire element in the body into balance. Feeling the heat, perhaps in your belly area, the warmth in your heart. Feel the energy that comes when the fire element is in balance. It's not burning too high, not burning too low, it's burning just right. You feel alive and creative and able to find solutions to any problems that may arise. Just breathing in and breathing out. Now as you take another deep breath in, and as you breathe out, become aware of the air moving in and out of your lungs. Notice your breath as you bring it in and as you release. And by bringing your awareness to your breath, you can bring the air element within you into balance. Feel the harmony that comes when the air element is in balance. You feel loving, compassionate, and friendly. Feeling that air not only within you, but all around you. Become aware of your in-breath again. And as you breathe out, become aware of the space in your mind, space between your thoughts. And just by bringing your awareness to the space in your mind, you can bring the element of space, particularly in your body, into balance. Feel the peace that comes when you feel that space element in your mind is in balance. You feel anchored in the present moment. Feeling clarity and peace and presence. Finding space between your thoughts. Take another deep breath in and let go. Just remember, you are part of the same 5 elements that exist in nature all around us. Simply experience the feeling of being in harmony with nature within and all around you. Relax deeply, letting go each exhale. Feeling all those elements within you intertwined and supporting you in your journey to health and wellness. Start to bring your awareness back to the room, back to your body, Moving your fingers and your toes. Before you sit up, just take a moment to scan your body again. Scan your emotions. Check in with your mind. And then go ahead and gently bring yourself up to a seated position when you feel ready. So you might want to roll onto your right side first. Just take your time. And with your eyes closed and your hands resting gently on your knees or in your lap, just repeat your intention that you set at the beginning of class. Repeat that to yourself 3 times, nice and slow, feeling it in your heart as you repeat it to yourself. Then bring your hands to your heart in the prayer position called the Anjali Mudra in yoga. Your thumbs can touch your sternum, connects the energy to your heart. Acknowledging to yourself something that you are grateful for in your life, anything at all. Continuing to cultivate an attitude of gratitude, which keeps us happy and peaceful, positive. A big inhale, and as we exhale, we'll do one more Om. The light in me honors the light in each and every one of you. Namaste. And thank you so much for spending your Tuesday evening with me.